All right, right on cue live, and we are live back with another Zoom edition, apocalyptic. Trying to make the best out of the worst. We still here, ducking the COVID and all that good stuff. Solo episode with a nigga I don't really fuck with for the most part, but somehow he persuaded me to be on the show, even though he don't got central AC. This
Poverty.
The poverty is just leaping through the screen. Like, introduce yourself, sir.
Garnett Briscoe. Hold on. Gotta say the call first, man. Garnett Briscoe, aka Sherlock Homeboy, comedian, top deacon at every church, philanthropist, marine biologist. Pretty much do it all, man. That's it.
Ooh, definitely is part of the reason why the church gets a bad rap now. Niggas like you out there just fucking up the name of the church, like with their nonsense, just fucking all the choir girls. There's nonsense going on in the pulpit. So before we get into the real discussion, I got a topic to get off the rip. It's mainly because you're a hood rat cis vet. I've seen her say certain things. Well, she say something every day that just pisses me off. But it's one thing I truly it doesn't sit well with me, and it really bothers me. She be trying to tell me, or she tries to say in general, that Jersey has the best cheesesteaks. Speak for this.
Listen, man, I actually think that's factual and actual, man. That's not even like no faking. Listen, I'm gonna say this, right? So I will say this. I feel like in this area, maybe if we don't think that it's better, all right, let's just say that, right? Even though I personally do, but let's say it's not better. I think there's more places with consistently good cheesesteaks than Philly.
I'm not too mad. Well, yeah, I wouldn't be able to refute their defendant, but I don't think I'm a good source though, because I don't like even bouncing around. I like because recently actually, I'm actually mad at my girl still to this day. She made me deviate from my usual place, and I had some bullshit. I was mad as shit about that. Like I wasted money, calories. Like that shit wasn't even worth
calories.
Calories. No, I don't really try to eat the bread all the time. Like,
listen, man. No, but that's what I mean. So we try different spots, and they'd be like, "Oh shit, that shit fire." So I don't mind trying other spots because it seems like wherever we go, like it's.
The ratio, the proximity.
Right. So I mean, we do have some legendary spots, man. What's the spot over there on Cane Ave? Donkey's cheesesteak is very unique. If you haven't been, get yourself one.
I'm totally honest with you. I'm not going nowhere named Donkeys. It's never. I'm not going
listen. That's in the trenches too. It's a lot of places with manual ACs, all of that shit. I promise you, but nah, it's good, man. It's sloppy. They throw the
all right. Question.
Got to.
Let's see if you're really stamped out here. Do you like your cheesesteak with the meat chopped or like cutlets type?
Chopped.
All right, cool. All right, I can stand by this.
Eating whole steakums, bro.
No, that's what happened recently. I was sent to go to this place, man. I'm gonna say they call it Cleavers downtown. Shit is fucking trash. And my man, like, no, you really got to go there. They got the best cheesesteaks. And I wasn't going to go. But my girl, like, no, let's try them out. Went there. I was really. Like, I eat my food. I'm not the type to waste food. I really want to throw that shit in the trash. And I was just baffled at this shit being trash. However, I always stood as to stand on my city. Shut up. That shit was trash. But, like, I feel like I just can't give y'all I can't do it. So, even if y'all may have a bunch of nines, and we may have more below fives than y'all. But y'all don't got the 10 still. Y'all don't got it. I don't care. Y'all don't got it.
Man, listen, y'all. The one thing about people from Philly though is that y'all don't have to travel over here for any reason. So I don't expect you to know. It's a lot of good spots over here. I don't expect you to know that. But if ever you want to come over and grab a cheesesteak, man, we can definitely introduce you to some good cheesesteaks.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm still thinking about one time I was down there with y'all and Titty had your man Titty, shout out to him. He had that shrimp plate or something that day. I was like, wait, where is this at? Like, so I still be thinking about that. Like, I might gotta take a trip across the bridge for some shrimp and a steak maybe. We'll see. But you know.
Philly, listen, Jersey got good food. Philly got good food.
Mm-hmm. Also, so today is a good day for a couple reasons. One, yesterday the Queen dropped her Black is King film. You know, you watched it, King?
Yeah, I actually watched it this morning.
Cool. Me too. No, I watched it late last night. Whatever. Amazing, you know, fire, you know, Queen do Queen shit, you know, typical shit, whatever. And then, so that was yesterday, ran into today, whatever. And today is officially the 4-year anniversary of RightonQuelive. Give myself a round of applause.
Oh,
yeah, you know, I tried, man.
Damn, it's 4 years already, though.
4 years,
Congrats, man.
Appreciate
Congrats.
it. Yeah, trucking along.
I will say this too. You did a lot of innovative shit too, man. In these 4 years, you did a lot of innovative shit. I saw you push yourself, challenge yourself to start doing just one-on-one interviews, which they actually turned out really good. Then you start doing episodes by yourself, which is a difficult thing to do, and them shits was fire as well. Also, you came out with an album, nigga. You get what I'm saying? You came out with an album, full production. You had some of the hottest musicians around, you know, in Jersey and Philly, shooting the videos for it. Yeah, your live podcast you was doing, like you was doing some pretty good things, man. Congratulations on it.
Appreciate it. And I wanted to have, you know, because you've been on there a few times. We did the Were Your Odds episode. Shout out to T.I. for that iconic statement. We did the second one, I remember. But I definitely wanted to get a solo episode with you because you're one of the people I've always respected, always really liked, and thought was a dope individual. Because every time I see you, you always got good energy. And not even just how you just casually, just naturally just gave my props for them. I appreciate that, definitely. But I always just see you naturally, whether it's on social media or in person, you're a genuinely good, respectful person. And I feel like, one, I just want to do a solo episode. I know you got a dope story and and you've gone through a lot, you've done a lot. So I feel like it was just worthy enough to give a one-on-one, John. But then also, I felt it was needed because, you know, I don't really fuck with you like that for real. Like but like, you know, I feel like a lot of times, like, I like to be expressive and give people their props and just genuine energy because I feel the world needs it more. And you never know when you might need it, so it's good to put it out there because it might come back. And you know, everybody needs a little bit boost to keep going along their path of pursuit, like that, whatever. And I feel a lot of times men don't really do it as often. Like, if niggas be having their pride, the ego, and shit like that, whatever, and insecurities. And niggas like, I don't want to say it because I don't feel like this and that, whatever. And but you know, I can admit this. My initial, because before we ever met, I remember the first time we met whenever we started working together doing things, whatever. My first time I ever came across you, I was like, oh, fuck this nigga. You know, this nigga got a podcast and he from Jersey? I don't know this nigga. Fuck him. But you know, I had to check myself. I had to check my bitch assness. It was the initial thought. I let it pass, moved on. No, shout out to him. Dude, it got nothing to do with me. Their journey. Shout out to Vet. Y'all journey is y'all journey. My journey is my journey. If we ever cross paths, we cross paths, and we did. It's been love and respect ever since.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, you're not alone for having that competitive spirit, nigga.
Of course. But it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's not wrong having a competitive spirit, but once you let it take control of yourself, you can't check yourself. That's when niggas start turning into bitches.
That's when it's just flat out hating at that point. Yep.
Exactly. So I gotta do one more side topic before I get back into your story. Question: what size shoe you wear?
What? Honestly, it depends. I'm either 9, 9.5.
Cool, a respectful shoe. I hate my feet. Even though no lie, I got beautiful feet. But
I don't. My shit is terrible, son. Listen, I go to the beach, I dig them shits right in the sand. My shit is something to really, like, literally, they something to marvel at, bro. I may
marvel.
But listen, I'm learning new words, all that shit. But really, I'm 30 years old. I may look younger than that, but I promise you,
I thought you were 17 this whole time. I swear you're 17.
My feet look about 64, man. From the ankles down, I'm a senior citizen. That's a
fact. Got you. But so I have beautiful feet. However, I hate the size of my feet. I feel if I could put them into like a gamma ray machine to shrink it down, I would shrink it down to like a nice 11 and a half, 12 or some shit like that.
How'd you wear 14?
I'm like it's a 13 and a half, but you don't really have 13s and a half. So I'm like a 14 sometimes. 13 to 14. It be in a way.
Shit.
So someone asked me recently, they said, would I ever talk to a girl that wore a size 14?
Mm-hmm.
They said, but if she was bad from head to toe. I'm like, hell yeah, I would. And it was a girl, and she was like, you the only nigga I heard that said yeah. What do you think about that?
No, I feel you. I'm definitely talking to her. I think the people that said no never saw a beautiful woman with a large foot. It's a lot of them out there, man. Matter of fact, one of my boys, he was dating a girl and she wore like a size like 12 or 13, and he was shopping to get her some Uggs. Yeah, so yeah, my boy, he was dating a girl and she has some big ass feet. He was mad for her birthday. He had to go get her some big ass Uggs, man. He was pissed off.
Cost like fucking $500.
Exactly.
I ain't gonna lie. I personally never dealt with a girl with big feet, like even more than probably like an 8. But I just can't see me just being like, she bad as shit. I look down at her feet like, damn, nah, I just can't do it. I just can't. Hell no.
It gotta be like a ratio, like a height foot ratio. If as long as that's cool, it's all right.
Okay, but let's say she 5'6" with some 6 foot feet.
See, yeah, now we getting a little goofy. That's cartoonish right there, bro. That's cartoonish. Her feet turned in the corner before she is. That's cool.
So, like, I'm most likely not going to cuff her, but again, I just can't be like, I can't just pass up off the yams. Like
that I completely understand too.
She got some goofy ass feet. I can't procreate with you because our child gonna have some dumb ass feet probably.
Oh no, you were 14, right?
Yeah.
That's a guarantee 13 at least. At least.
But let's go back. Garnett Briscoe, Sherlock Holmes, before all the bum ass shit, whatever. Let's talk about your journey a little bit more and how you got even into media before comedy, of course. How you even got to media in any type of way.
Man,
where did like the calling come from? Did you always want to talk shit? Always feel you had a knack for where you asked once upon a time and just being engaging or captivating?
Honestly, it was just like the people around me that kind of like pushed the issue on that. Well, I ain't gonna say push the issue, like drop the little seeds like that. I got like inspired just to like open myself up and become more funny because naturally I'm just a quiet person. Like throughout like my high school journey, most of it until 11th grade, honestly, I was pretty much like a quiet dude. Only the people that really knew me understood like, oh, like he funny, he witty, whatever. But other than that, I'm pretty quiet. 11th grade, I had speech and drama class. And that kind of like brought everything out to where I can now be myself out in the open because we were doing skits and stuff like that, having it being put on announcements. Like that shit's still on YouTube to the day. So that helped a lot. But after graduating high school, one of my barbers, shout out to Juan, he's one of the owners of First Take Barbershop. He was just like, yo, like, I think you should do stand-up, yo.
Back then, okay.
Yeah, and this was I probably was like 19 at the time. I was at the barbershop. He was like, yo, you should do stand-up. And I'm like, what? Like, I ain't doing no stand-up. He like, nah, you should do it. Like, do it. Like, tell me. Like, I'll bring all my people out, bro. Like, I support you, but, like, you should do it. I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, but he always used to tell me little stuff like that. And then I just used to hear other things like, shout out to Wayne Campbell. Wayne Campbell had a conversation with me. He was pretty much said the same thing. Like, yo, like, you should just try to do comedy, bro. Like, you should just try it. Like, all right. So like a week later, we end up shooting a skit, and I'm like, all right, I kind of like the feeling of this. Like this is pretty cool, getting a chance to be myself. After that, I went up to the Laugh House, legendary Laugh House in South Philly, and I actually did all right, bro. Like I had my boy Eric drop me off, but I ain't want him to see me. So I'm like, yo, you gotta like wait at like the end of the block or something, bro.
Did you write anything or off top?
I wrote something.
Okay.
I don't remember, but I'm sure it was super trash. Like super trash. But I went up there and I did okay. Like I had a couple laughs. Like they ain't boo. I'm like, yo, this shit. Like, all right, cool. But I still ain't take it seriously. And during that time, I had another friend named Desmond. He actually brought up the radio part, and I'm like, all right, like I don't know how to do no. At the time, it was just like online radio, like I don't know how to do like none of that, but all right, like that's pretty cool. All right, maybe down the future, maybe down the line, but so that ended up not panning out or anything like that, but I still remembered that. Probably a couple years later, I got invited to be on the show. What was the show called? It was the Ricky show. Always on live, always on live radio, and that was the first time like I got on like a microphone on the radio, and I'm like, man, like this shit is powerful. Like I like it. Like I pretty much like this shit. Like I like that how I can like it's kind of like Twitter, but it's no responses. Like I say whatever I want, and there's no questions at all. Like I'm just here. And from there, I'm like, all right, well, let's just see where all of this stuff kind of goes. After that, I got into an unfortunate incident where I ended up having to, go through what do I want to say without saying so much? Basically, I was on probation, ended up getting locked up and all that stuff. And it was pretty hard for me to find a job and everything like that, having a felony on my record. And during that time, I didn't have anything else to bet on but myself. So I just started working out ideas, ended up meeting Me to Say What. After starting my own podcast, just from listening to Combat Jack, listening to the Brilliant Idiots, I was huge fans of them at the time. And I kind of just wanted to like build a platform around here. But yeah, that's kind of how I got in.
Cool. Yeah, because to be totally honest, like I've always thought about doing comedy too, but I can definitely admit I'm too pussy. Like it's what it comes down to. It's like I've always had a strong admiration and respect for like comics because that's like the rawest sense of vulnerability and just judge me and just taking all your L's early and shit like that. Like, and then to actually work through it and then become at least decent, let alone great or so much shit. It's like, that's a different type of journey in general. Like, I definitely. And so was it going from the media more so focusing or pivoting into the comedy, was it some apprehension or fear? We don't know. I already tapped into it early, back then. It's nothing to me. Like,
it was definitely some fear, man. Like that's all everything stemmed from. Everything. It's just it was definitely some fear there, but it was weird because what made me sign up and like do it because I went to Philadelphia Comedy College. Like that's where I wanted to like put confidence at. So I ended up seeing Ray posting online about it previously, but I went to sleep. I wake up one morning and like I woke up and like I'm like damn, like I almost had like a nightmare. But the dream was about Will Smith. Will Smith was in my dream for some odd reason, and we were all in like a comedy class, and he was the teacher of the comedy class. And I was joking around in the class, and he was like, "Yo, like you gotta chill out, but you what next?" I'm like, "All right." I went on stage in front of Will Smith, and I bombed. Shit, I'm like, oh no. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? But I got on stage. Will Smith gave me some encouragement. I don't remember exactly what he said, but after that, he went up and performed. And then I woke up from the dream. I woke up, I rolled doors probably like 6 a.m. I rolled over, I signed up for that class immediately because I didn't want to feel like that no more. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I don't feel like that. Don't you know, a week later, he do stand up in real life for the first time ever.
That sounds familiar. Say it again. What you say?
I said that was with Dave Chappelle. Remember, Dave Chappelle helped him.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Did he bomb?
What happened a week later? Huh?
Did he bomb?
Nah, he killed.
Damn. Because I was about to say, like, Will Smith the type of nigga that he'd be fired at comedy on the low, like, just because he had that, like, that elite charisma. Like, he just niggas talking. That makes sense. And honestly, because you spoke on, like, fear come. And, of course, everybody knows about fear. Most people naturally deal with it, whatever. But I can really say, like even with the podcast, and like, I definitely had a time in my life where I never would have saw this. I was about, because I was venturing into media and broadcasting. But I was like, nah, I don't really like my voice. I don't really like being on camera. I want to be behind the camera, shit like that, whatever. So I guess you could say that was a fear, but I would like to say like more so discomfort and just not even trying to put my mind to it. No, that's not me. I'm gonna be behind the camera. That's what I'm gonna do.
Right.
And once I put my mind to it, I was like, oh no, I can do this shit. It's nothing, whatever. And anything I ever try to do, like, no, I could do it. If I really want to, I can do that shit. Comedy though, is like, nah, like I'm a bitch. Like, nah, I'm afraid. Like, it's cool. So but I always said though, I always heard Cat Williams had a story. He said he was at a bar or something, and they just had the amateur night, just having to be that night, and they said, yo, anybody want to go on right now? And he just went up that day. So I always said if I was ever in a situation like that where it was in my face, I would go up there. Nothing on top too. I wouldn't prepare nothing. I would go up there and let it be what it is. And either I'm gonna get traumatized and go kill myself afterwards, or I'm gonna be elite and go be Dave Chappelle. It's one way. Yeah, that's how we're gonna go.
Listen, every night is different. So even if you kill, trying could bring that confidence right back down.
Right. Facts. Who like? How many times have you bombed so far? Is it like a good amount? Like it's like, you know, some niggas say they've never bombed or they bombed the first time and that was it.
Yeah, I can't speak for them and their journey. Maybe they had it right first time out, and I don't know. You know, I don't know, but I've definitely bombed a couple times, handful of times probably.
Okay.
One of them was real bad. One of them was real bad. It was so bad it was funny. Like I got bigger at it, but it was like but it was funny. It was actually it was up in Newark. We got invited up there. Me and my boy Von Brown, I do comedy with. We got invited up there by Talent. He has a room. I believe it's on Mondays up in Newark or Jersey City. So we drive all the way up there. We look and it's like, damn, you know, it's not a comedy club. It's actually like inside of like kind of like a lounge. Like it looked like a little hookah lounge that be popping on Mondays. But you know, they in there to listen to music. They ain't really in there for nothing else. But they do know what's going on. So, you know, they'll enjoy it if you make them enjoy it. But the vibe is definitely, I'm trying to get my drink on. I'm trying to see what's up. Ain't really, you know, nothing else like that. But went up there and I had to go up first. So I'll go up there. I get introduced. You know, they quiet down. They listen to me. I get probably like 30 seconds in. I ain't get their attention. They start talking. All right, cool. I'm still performing, still doing whatever. I fight through it. It's a couple people paid attention. Then I hear a dude in the back like, boo! I'm like, hold on, bro. The thing is, I'm sitting there. I'm like, all right, yo. I'm going to just keep pushing. Like, I'm going to just act like I hear that shit. Boo!
Yo.
Then the DJ start dropping bombs on the booth, bro. Bing, 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 bing.
Yo, nah.
I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, all right. That means it's over, nigga. Like, it's over. All right, cool. Say my piece, whatever. I get off the mic, Talent pulled me over to the side. You know, he gave me some encouraging words. He's like, yo, like, you want a drink?
You alright?
Yeah. He like, yo, go get yourself something to drink, man. Like, go ahead. Oh, man.
All right, question of which is worse, like a heckler type situation like that, or dead silence?
Well, that was the first time I got booed. Okay. I don't ever want to say it was a great experience at all, but you know what I'm saying? But like, that was one, for some reason, I didn't feel like I wasn't embarrassed about it. Like, I actually saw the funny in it when it was happening. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how, you know, if there is going to be a next one or whatever, but I don't know how I'm going to deal with it. But it seemed like that one, I took it pretty well. I took it on chin. That silent shit is unbelievable, bro. That crickets hearing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
That shit is different.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, okay. Um, so right now, currently, where do you like? What would you say is like your main trajectory path of what you would see yourself want to do? Like, is it more so? Because before you was doing comedy, it was mainly the Who You With and Mia's podcast, shit like that, whatever. So is it now more so? Is comedy at the forefront of your pursuits, or is it kind of evenly distributed, or how you look at it?
Nah, I feel like those are just entities of what I'm already gonna be, man. I'm here for a bigger purpose. Just in that, that's just the reason. It's the quickest way to try to get my story across, or to
All
get
right.
my off. But I really see myself as a philanthropist one day. You know what I'm saying? Like I see myself, getting to a point using my gifts and talents where I'm able to give back to people. So I mean, as far as those two, they pretty much equal. I'm trying to do them both at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to score a touchdown, hit a home run in the same night like Deion Sanders. You know what I'm saying? That's it, man. I'm just trying to do what I need to do.
Cool. What's your opinion on or your outlook on the podcasting scene these days? From 4 or 5 years ago when you first started, or even back when you did the online radio show back then, whatever, till now, how things are turning out. I feel it's funny. I feel like 4 years ago, it was like it's podcast such like a niche type thing. Because even 4 years ago when I started, most people that I was telling it about, it was like, what the fuck is a podcast? I don't understand. It's like, it was very foreign. And even at that point, podcasting wasn't new though. Like, it was out for years ago, but it was still like bubbling. And I feel even now it has a long way to go before it like hits a bubble stage or whatever, where it's like, pop, this shit is over or whatever, maybe, or it peaks. So Jeremy, what are your thoughts on it? Like, what do you think is how you stand, certain things you like, certain things you don't like?
It's definitely different, bro. It's better than I thought it was going to be when I first stumbled upon it. Which that might have been 2014 or something like that. Then I started mine after that. But yeah, I feel like it's in a great space. When it first started, it wasn't a great area for podcasts. It's either you were just starting and no one knows you, or you were up here and everybody knows you. There wasn't like no middle gap for a lot of people to, obtain money or whatever. But now it is a spot for that. Now I feel like it's a lot more fruitful because a lot more people understand what it is. When I first started, I saw it getting to a point where it was going to be like what people call a mixtape rap. Like everybody's just going to want to do it. Like everybody. And I saw it being like that, but back then, I was looking at it with Saudi type of view, where it's like, damn, what's going on? I wasn't seeing the fruits of really what it was.
Right.
Even though I knew we were, I knew it was going to be better, but that's why I say now I think it's so much better. But yeah, now it's a middle ground for people. It's enough room for everybody, basically.
Because I feel like the whole industry, I feel like the whole industry is developing now outside of just like it's catching up to the content. Where now people are like, oh no, we can make money. Like, oh no, we can make companies around it, and we can elevate just audio and all that shit, whatever. So yeah, when I was having that realization of like everybody's doing it, my whole thing looking at was like most of these niggas not gonna last. I saw that like back then. I was like, oh okay, yeah, everybody on the podcast now. None of you niggas will be around as Drake is. Let's see around a decade from now type thing. But and that's not even like a top, but like literally most things in life people don't stick to. Like it just is what it is. Right. Like whether it's like the gym, a relationship, podcast, listen to your favorite artist, like nothing really lasts, whatever, especially something that you're passionate about. Whatever. Most people can't really like stick to the passion and stuff like that. And then even like when I think about like my guests on the show, like so many people have like even like you was on the media, but now you're doing comedy. You're still doing media thing, but that's a transition you went through, whatever. I've seen so many people start, stop things, never mention they did something ever again. Like they completely abandoned it and quit. It's kind of awkward. Like the other people just I done seen people fuck with people, not fuck with them more. Like so many, just if you really do something for 4 years and you really exchanging with so many different people, you see a lot of changes in that time, whatever. So it's an interesting thing, and I'm just happy and proud that I still can keep going while seeing the changes and trying to keep it in perspective of that. What do you think about yourself from your perspective, like the Jersey scene and all the guests that you had and certain things you seen change, or certain things you didn't see change as well?
Yeah, definitely. As far as I agree with a lot of experience that you just expressed. As far as just seeing, like knowing that, yeah, it's oversaturated, but a lot of people won't be here, like you said, tomorrow. They really won't. They're doing it, mainly because it's a fad, and they don't know how much work it actually takes. Like, okay, a person may drop a podcast one day out of the week. It took them. They worked 6 days out of that week in order to put out that, you know what I'm saying? Like that was work every day for that one day for an hour or 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And when people realize that, was like, oh wow, I don't even have the time I thought I did. Oh snap! Well, the other options, you can do it in a car. You can use other things. Where it's like, nah, it either was that or it was nothing. So I know I definitely noticed that a lot. As far as the artists, same thing. Well, as a matter of fact, no, I can't even say the same thing, man. It's a lot of artists that was on my show are actually still, doing their thing. They didn't change too much. I may not have seen them in a while, but everybody else is pretty much still going and doing their thing. Comedy scene out here it's just me, Von, Tata, us doing our thing. Yeah, it's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, fuck, you just mentioned something. Think of it. What's funny is, shout out to Dev. Like, so before he had his whole falling out with Gilly and all that shit, whatever. I'm not into the show. Like, it never did it for me. It truly baffles me. I think when people Gilly is funny, but so like, like I really be like, wow, niggas really watch this. But every time I saw their clips circulate on the timelines, I just be like, this nigga look familiar. Who is this nigga? Like, and then it click on, oh, that's the boy Dad. But he had a hat on, and he never had a hat on when I would go be with y'all. Like, he always just had the baldy rocking. I was like, so
He
y'all.
was trying to fly. That nigga was trying to fly. That's why. Wear a hat.
Yeah, I was like, this nigga wearing hats now. This nigga get money. Like, but so yeah, so shout out to Dad. He was a cool ass boy, and it was very interesting. I'm gonna ask you in general. Like, what was your thoughts without giving up any details that you don't want to give up, but like just on the dynamic of the situation? Because I thought it was just an interesting tale of just business and how to conduct business, like and what's true value and what isn't value. So like, even I think with the Joe Budden podcast, also back to what you was talking about, like there's money in it now and shit like that. That's why I be getting mad when someone like Joe Budden, who like claim to be Mr. Integrity, claim to just know all this for the people, claim to this shit, Mr. Integrity, whatever. But he don't just say how much they get paid. Like, I feel like once niggas start planning out their prices, it truly sets the market. I ain't think about that with like bum ass plantation corporate jobs. Like, there's a reason why they tell people not to exchange their rates so they can keep raping niggas' pockets. Like, oh no, we're gonna give you a little 25-cent raise. Don't tell nobody. That type shit. So I feel like when Joe will be talking about their Spotify deals and what other niggas making, like, no, y'all need to say how much y'all get paid. If you only, of course, not saying they obligate, but if you want to be Mr. Integrity, you for the people, you for the creators, you got to put that price on this so niggas know what they should really be like aiming for, what's practical. So back to him. So I think about, even like, I be wondering like, how much do Joe really get paid, or how much will he pay Savon, or how much will he pay Parks? It's in Parks' house. He the engineer, but now he also a personality. And with him and recent, I mean, a while ago, I used to think that him, Maul, and Rory kind of split it, because I was like, I remember I was talking to you about years ago when you was like, yo, nah, like a lot of niggas really feel Maul was like the game changer for the show. And I was like, I can agree with that, but I listened before Maul. So I get it. I understand Maul's value. But then in recent time, I'm like, no, there's no way Joe split this shit evenly. There's no way. It wouldn't make sense. Like, he can be honorable, but also in the day, my nigga, this show ain't shit without me. So I say all to say, what are your thoughts on like the death thing? business, mixing personal with business, and how you think money should be split up, and whatever thoughts you how you want to take it.
Well, I definitely think that the conversation, like I feel what you're saying, because the conversation needs to be had, and that's why people do want to talk about it, because it's situations that people are going through. Like you said, like Joe Budden himself has to divvy that up some way. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to feel, have Savon looking like, oh, well, I do. You get what I'm saying? So these conversations have to be had. Unfortunately, this one was on a large, out in the open, but
Mm-hmm.
as far as splitting it, I don't know. I just feel like um, people have to just have the conversation early, and paperwork have to be involved in everything that you do. Um, and as far as mixing business with friendship, I mean, if you're working with somebody hand to hand, eventually, that's going to be your friend. Unless y'all doing it for the money, but the thing didn't start out as money. You get what I'm saying? So that coming from nothing, you grew up with people where have cousins that y'all got these memories of getting it from nothing. Then now y'all look is like, oh snap, it's this. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like everybody just need to have that conversation early on. Try to get the paperwork out the way and not have it be so much of an uncomfortable conversation as far as money. Like you were saying, people try to hide everything, and not for bad reason all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because people too that may do something if they hear how much you make. You know what I'm saying? So I completely understand it. Or even having your family members ask you for too much because they know how much you make. So I completely understand that, but it's just trying to have the conversation early. That's all.
Yeah, it's funny. I've had that conversation before with people of like, I came into a lump sum of bread, or I got just an increase in pay, or whatever. Won a lottery, they wouldn't tell them. But me, like I would tell people, like, not that I, like I'm not. You heard, I'm not some braggadocious type nigga. I saw a nigga the other day. He out here doing the POA scams. I don't knock it. Get y'all money, niggas. But every day he just posting stacks of bread every day. I'm just like, nigga, like you doing way too much. Like first of all, you gonna go to first of all you going to jail. Like cause you out here bragging about like forget the other reason when niggas gonna rob you, but whatever. But I'm not that type of nigga. But I feel like you said, I feel a lot of times people tend to be private because they have issues with saying no or protecting their peace and boundaries, whatever. Where like I've always envisioned my whole life of the one day when I reach success, where I call success and financial stability, and I could just tell niggas blatantly, no, you can't have shit from me. Like it's like like family, certain famers I don't fuck with, like like Uncle T and Dad. There's a bunch of niggas. I got a whole list of niggas. I'm waiting for the day. Yo, nephew. My mom. Stop giving niggas my number. I don't fuck with them. So, yeah, like I'm cool. Like y'all niggas really can't get nothing from me, whatever. And I have no problem saying it. Fuck you. I want a lottery. It's okay. It's cool. I want a lottery. I did. Not us. But if you was Joe, how would you split the money? Let's look at a pie, 100%. How would you split the money to everybody that's involved?
I mean, it'll probably be through seniority. And just the people that was around in there, and I mean that'll have to be taken into consideration first, because the podcast was there like a whole 3 years beforehand.
I thought you paused. No, you talking about before Maul?
Yeah.
I don't think it was 3 because they only been out for 6 tops right now, I think.
So I know they went through transitions because he started out with Rosenberg.
Right.
Started out with Rosenberg. After that, I don't know what happened, and then they got
the girl.
Yeah, that's when Marissa ended up leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was just Joe, Rory, and they were like working it out. Had like special guests for like a while or like a.
Yeah, I don't think it was more than a year though. Even that that
I think
span.
so.
I think Maul only missed like 2 years for maybe two
But
and a half.
no, but even those 2 years, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Like,
okay.
Even in those 2 years, they started it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that's a slight or anything. And I'm pretty sure if the conversation did go like that, I don't think anybody could be mad at that. Unless somebody did something else behind the scenes or something, and have them waive that 2 years and be like, we even. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
okay. So, all right, that's interesting. How about Parks? What do you think about Parks?
As far as his character, or as far as like how
No,
much
no, like how much would you want to give him out the pot type thing?
um, sheesh.
He wasn't there day one either, like as an engineer.
Yeah.
But
So
it's his house, like.
yeah. See,
and
that's what. Yeah.
and I feel Parks is like at this point, yo, like no shade. Rory at the bottom of the totem pole. Like Rory is the least essential person. He's not an essential worker, like at all. Like Rory.
No, he is, bro. He is. He grandfather in, whether you like it or
No,
not.
I'm not saying I'm not saying they should get rid of him or no. Don't fuck with the chemistry. But if we rank in the all stars, Rory's Draymond. Like Rory's Draymond,
Exactly.
bro. Like
Draymond.
Draymond.
Draymond do all the dirty work though, man.
Let it,
Like, he at the bottom.
But so like with Park, but to me, because Parks, he's to me, he really ushered in his like he has great perspective and personality and shit like that. Then it's his house, and he's doing labor. So I wonder, is it a 4-person split at this point, kinda, or is he just like, no, you get?
I mean, see, that's the thing. I don't. If it was me, then yeah, like I would have to give him a percentage. I feel like
Okay. Okay.
That's
I would be mad at that.
but then again, I don't know. It's a lot going on, especially in that situation. It's his crib. It's his. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, that's something that had to be talked about. But a percentage, yeah, I definitely wouldn't mind giving him a percentage because he does bring a lot to the show, not only just the facility.
Mm-hmm. If someone, whether whatever platform, came to you and was like, "Yo, like we see what you're doing, we fuck with, we want to sign you, whatever." One, how many years do you feel comfortable signing for a podcast?
Sheesh. See, that's the thing, because we still so early. We don't know where niggas, because these are the fucked up contracts right now. Basically, everybody talking music industry.
Yeah, you gotta get fucked first, yeah.
Yeah, so we don't know what's going on. With that, if you're treating it like radio, maybe 5 to 7 year contracts. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But as far as what I want, I'm not sure about a super long-term contract, like no 10 years or anything like that, unless the money is completely on some guarantee, on some Joe Rogan,
right?
Some Patrick Mahomes. Like, okay, yeah, I'm good. I'm locked in forever. But yeah, a long-term, I'm not sure about that,
man. Did you heard about the GoDaddy situation? Not GoDaddy. What's that shit called? The white girls that I've never heard of before. Joe said it. What's the 2 white girls called? The podcast thing?
I don't know.
Daddy's.
Yeah, what did he say?
Daddy's girl or some shit. Daddy's girls or some shit like that. Girl.
He fucking referencing porn. You gotta relax. No, it is daddy something though. It is daddy something. Yeah. It's not porn. 2 white bitches, whatever. They talking about sports with us. So, but to me, that was like, I've never heard of them ever in life before Joe was talking about the situation. They had a falling out with Barstool, was on strike and all that shit, whatever. But again, it was a moment of like a realization, like, oh, the bread is really out there. Like you said, like the whole industry is growing. And basically what the deal they said they had, like by the end of their first year of their contract, they made like 170. They're like 170 each and shit like that. I was like, oh, like just from like, and they didn't have some tenured thing. I've never heard of them. Like, cool. It might have been more than that too. I think I might be downplaying, but it was something crazy, whatever. So, how, like, what type of contract, salary type thing with incentives, whatever, do you feel like? Because also, you know, you being exclusive to them, and also they were also dumb though because they signed it. That's one thing I would never do, no matter how much money is. I would never sign away like my intellectual property. Like, you're not gonna own the brand. It's not that deep. I'd rather just take less bread. Like, it's really not that deep. But so like, how much like would you feel like? Oh no, this is like a good start. It's my first real deal contract, whatever, exclusivity type thing. So what money, like, oh no, this is worth it for me. Like, this is going to get me going. I'm going to be off to the races. What do you think? Have you thought about that yet?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sticking to my guns unless it's life changing.
Okay, so it's life changing. Some niggas say 50 grand life changing.
Even though shit, it's not gonna take much to change my life. Right?
Yo,
all I need is your air. That's it.
It gotta be life changing. Yo, we give you a Pepsi sponsorship, but you get endless Pepsis every episode. So,
but nah, like, but that's something I feel like I can obtain. You know what I'm saying? But it got to be something because I just feel like I could build everything. I don't know if that's to a fault, but I feel like, you know, with the right people around you, with the right energy, with enough stuff going on, you know, you can really get $1 million. Like, I don't think there's no reason why I can't go and get $1 million in the situation that I'm in right now, especially after I've seen it work.
Right.
Like, you get what I'm saying? You should feel like you can go and get $1 million. You know, and I know you feel like that. You know, so if you know somebody's coming to the table where I know I can go do that and I can feel that I can go do it and own everything, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, talk that black elitist shit. You know, I'm a black elitist. You know, they frown upon these days, but no, we about bread. We about money. Ain't scared of money. Like, of course, that don't mean we gotta turn into Jeff Bezos and want to ruin the world and all that shit. No, but niggas want bread. There's nothing wrong with that. Niggas, oh god, capitalism. Oh my god. No, like, give me my money. But yeah, and like I said, I think about that a lot. Where like, how much money would it take, or what I feel comfortable with? You know, it's also like the work we've put in, the labor and the 10,000 hours and whatever, the brands we built for ourselves, whatever. What would it be? That'd be, oh no, yeah, like this is worth what I put into this for you to take a sense of ownership of it for a term basis, whatever. And I be feeling like I be hating when I see certain media personalities. Man, how about this? Who do you like media-wise? Like, how many people out there? Well, no, I fuck with them. I feel like they may be better than me. They do certain things that I don't do. Or I just respect them. Who do you like?
Man, radio included. You know,
yeah, everybody. Yeah.
I mean, of course, you know some of the top people, Charlamagne, stuff like that.
I know. I'm glad you said that. Do you think the Breakfast Club are friends?
At this point, I think cordial.
Okay.
I'm not sure. You know, I don't know. You know, you're around somebody that long, and you know, who knows? There's probably more shit, you know, went on than let out. But I feel like they are. They probably had their spots where they're super good, and then I don't know. But,
cool. Continue. Charlamagne.
Of course, yeah, Charlamagne. Even you know that whole show, I pretty much like them. Some of the young people, I like Ivy Rivera. She's pretty dope. She's from New York.
Yo, just say you want to hit. Yo, it's cool. Because now you're just saying anything, just giving anybody props. Like.
Nah, man. Because I literally watched her, like, grind. Like, she cool. I'm happy at the spot she in right now. Mouse Jones is pretty cool, too.
I fuck with Mouse.
I think he, you know, brings a different element, especially in person, as far as him hosting and stuff like that.
And that's another thing where I know I that's not me either. So I respect people like you. Like I said, you do media, comedy. He can do media, hosting events. So I respect people can be different, jump in different spaces.
Joe Budden, you know, I mean, I pretty much think everybody doing their thing. You know, I pretty much think everybody dope. I even fuck with Reggie Miller commentary. I know y'all don't, but
no, I don't think Reggie's that bad. I'm in the minority.
No, Chris Webber's bad.
Thank you, yo, niggas. Reggie be catching all this heat, and Chris is horrible. Like,
Yeah,
oh my God.
I can't find what he's saying funny at all. Right? At all. I can't find nothing funny about that.
Another person who I hate and I fuck with him too, and it hurts my heart. Kevin Garnett. When he had his little side show on the TNT, I was like, what the fuck are we doing, yo?
It's because he can't not talk aggressive. Like he just always like he about to say some slick shit. Like you know we had to. It's like dog, you can relax. Like this ain't game 7 right now.
It's aggressive, but like empty talk. It's like you talking hard as shit about nothing. Like this whole conversation just went nowhere. Like he's worse than Charles, but Charles is entertaining with his nothing talk. It's talk. If people I fuck with people you said basically. Instead of joint shooting your shot, I respect this, cool.
Nah, that ain't like that, man.
But I fuck with my man, hot ones, Sean Evans. That's my guy. I fuck with him.
Definitely.
He's elite.
He's a legend. He's a legend. He's a legend.
Rap Radar as a unit. You know, they ain't really that strong. Well, they need each other.
That's actually a great one because I think they do a great job. I think they really balance each other out. I hate what's the dude name?
B-Dot?
Not B-Dot.
Oh, Elliot Wilson?
His laugh, man.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
But thing is, he know it, own it, so he be going overboard on that shit. Thing is, that's the only thing about that show, but he already know that.
It's a bad job. It's really bad. Like, but I fuck with them. I think they real thorough with their job. It's the real. I fuck with the white boys. They super fire. They probably arguably the best to me. I take that back. But they really good though. Cool. That's about it though. Brilliant. It's over. It's just trash. But that should have done. Like I feel Charlamagne, he let Schultz take over the show a little bit too much. And now it's kind of like Schultz show, and it should be a bunch of just like I feel like Schultz really be trying out bits on the show, and it's like nah, nigga, this ain't that. Like
that's what we do sometimes. Like that's what we do. He need confirmation.
But then the way his comedy is like the type of snarky fake Chappelle. I can make an angle out of anything, and then but when it don't hit, it's just like you sound like a borderline racist white person right now. So just like
I fuck with Schultz, dog.
Me too, personally. But I fuck with him as a B mic. When they trying to be even or let him lead it, it's just like this ain't that. Like it's like
that's not the show you came for. That's not.
Yeah, is that because it wasn't always like that too. So yeah. Also the girl they had on the show, she's trash though.
That's the thing. I actually haven't listened to them in a while.
Me either. I only watch their clips whenever on YouTube, whenever the topic looks like somebody want to hear about. Like when they recently talked about Kanye, I want to hear that.
Yeah, I just like because when I listen to them and when the shit do be funny, I don't want to get influenced by it. So I try not to listen to it, as much as I will. I go check it out every once in a while.
Gotcha. If you had a queen, I don't know, I ain't putting my business out there, but you had a queen. Do she have to think you're funny?
Yep. You better support these weak jokes. What the fuck are you talking about? Jokes laughs on demand. You understand?
How about this? So when you're practicing, do you what is generally the regimen? Like, are you just it go from writing to looking in the mirror and then putting in front of people that's close friends to you? Like, how do you go about it?
Yeah, so I mean, my process is I'm pretty sure it's different than everybody else's. And I don't even want to call it a process yet. I'm just doing, I guess, what's happening, what's natural.
Right.
I talk in conversation. When I'm talking to somebody, I try to work out an idea or something that I may have. And
it's a conscious thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So so I'll do it, but I'll also want to hear your opinion. You get what I'm saying? So I do that. Every once in a while, I'll throw out a tweet or something like that to see what happens. Just talking with the homies, having conversation with people and trying to talk it out that way. But if I just have like an idea, I'll grab my phone out real quick, type like a little synopsis of my thoughts, and then try to work on it and write it down later. And then I'm out. I'll see if something, a punchline or something like that. If this is the spot I can use it, I'm going to use it. If nothing happens, oh, fuck. All right, back to the drawing board. Or I may try it on a podcast this week. That's why I say I understand what Schultz is talking about, where, he can work out some material like that. But.
Yeah, it's just he got that white boy style, though. So it's like, hear that shit in the conversation. Like, so and then once you do these checks and balances, you go straight to a stage. It's not like okay.
No, so sometimes I can have an idea, at an open mic, not at actual show, like an open mic, and I just want to work out some jokes on top of the jokes I already have. I'll go there and work out some new jokes or just an idea. I've had times where I went up, in between my set, I'll freestyle because I had an idea or something, So, yes, it can vary. It can vary, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, that's another thing that always intrigues me about comedy as well. Like the idea that that you have, like, once you're professional, so to speak, like you got your bruises already. But then it's also, so when you work on new material, you know that you have to be ass for a while before you get it right, and then you gotta be ass publicly because you gotta work it out on stage and be like, this ain't it, like, then keep doing it, and then by the end of this tour, now you got the final product and whatever. But in the meantime, though, people done seen you be ass, so it's just like that was. I hear Kevin Hart saying he working out, I'm like, wow, that's crazy to me. It's like, like this niggas, I'm probably here.
But it's definitely different levels of ass too. So like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody else's ass and still get a round of applause, but that's not what Kevin Hart's looking for. He need a roar. So to him, that's a bomb. You know what I'm saying? Like he not going for just a regular clap. Other people, you know what I'm saying? Like it'll be silence, crickets, but that's why a lot of us use it in conversation. Like we need to hear, like we need to see it first because we know what we're about to go through. So let's try to get at least some, acknowledgement here from it.
Interesting. Also, though, I would counter that slightly with there's also different levels of fame, and then when people be gas or levels of gas, because then it's just like, also, comedians. I used to have a friend. He was like a hooper. So I was like, no, this nigga fucking ass, like in the league. He like, no, like, you ain't see him back in college. He really had it. He not in the right system right now. He this and that, because he kind of relate to the whatever, like that lifestyle. I'm like, no, but this nigga's really just ass. Like this nigga, who I can think of? Fucking, I can think of, but niggas just be ass. It is what it is. I don't give a fuck. So as a comedian, you be having like, nah, like, because Kevin Hart, it ain't that no more. He just stop it. Like, it ain't there no more. Like, he told me he want to go up to number 10 specials. It ain't there. I just stop it. Like, by the time he get to 10, it's gonna be different. Like, cause he on what? He on 6 now?
Yeah, you stupid.
Hell no. Like, but I understand.
Imagine what that's gonna be like, huh?
All right, I know it's a political world, the comedy guard, y'all take blood oaths and shit like that. I understand, I respect it. But
blood oath, ask me.
Yeah, did you like Irresponsible?
I saw that in person, so I loved it. I didn't watch it on TV.
Oh, okay, interesting. I made a vow after What Now that I'll never pay for Kevin Hart ever again. But so I definitely did see that in person. But however, though, I personally liked it. I thought it was a decent effort, especially that late in his career.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. Definitely way better than bum ass Tambourine. That shit was trash.
You didn't like Tambourine?
Hey, here you go. How dare you? Oh my God.
Yeah, no. I mean, to each his own. Listen, I know people that can't even.
Rock ain't been funny in a decade. He on a Spike Lee path.
I know people that can't get into Chris Rock. I understand why. I don't agree with it. But
he used to be hilarious.
I mean, I love Chris Rock, but I thought Tambourine was a great performance, man.
I ain't like Tambourine or Don't Kill the Messenger. So his last two, it just ain't there for me no more. Like he just.
I like Don't Kill the Messenger. Kevin Hart, I definitely feel Kevin. Man, Kevin Hart can do what he want, man. He can just do what he want. And like that's where he's at in his life. So if he want to make 10, he's gonna get 10, whether you like it or not. He gonna get his 10. But I mean, you see, he's doing everything. He got his hands in everything. You know, he's one of the biggest movie stars out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just.
But the thing about him, though, I feel like, you know, one day the world will have the dialogue about Kevin Hart, or maybe he will have it about himself before we have to have it. But it's just like, you know, and I feel his docuseries on Netflix, it was a great. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great depiction of why this nigga truly needs therapy. Like, cause like to just be chasing everything for the sake of money. He like, I don't look at critics. I just look at the box office. It was like, so you don't have no palate. You just want to do anything that gets you bread out of this weird irrational fear of like, I can't go back to Broad and Airy. Kevin Hart, if you ever go back to Broad and Airy, you did something wrong. Like, there's no way you should be on the verge of going back to Broad and Airy. Like, you made too much money. So it's like, that shouldn't be dictating your moves of like, I got to do this to make the money. So I feel like he, you know, it's like, you're going to be doing all these things for the bag. Like, this Die Hard shit is trash. Like, this shit is stupid. So, like, you're going to be doing all these things because niggas throwing
I looked at that completely differently, bro. I saw him as Die Hard. I said, yo, like, this nigga did it, dog. Like, he replaced Bruce Willis.
No, he didn't. Like, he did not replace him. See, now I'm going to get...
He was next up. My bad.
Now I'm going to get my MAGA white supremacy bag. Sick of all this affirmative action replacing our white heroes.
Yo, he do got a lot to live up to. Bruce killed that.
Legend. Die Hard's a classic. How dare you try to redo it? Matter of fact, this is why segregation need to go back into effect, because you naggers out here fucking up our classics.
Listen. If anybody can do it, dog, it's Kevin Hart, greatest actor ever. You understand?
That's a fact. Right after Denzel. Right after it's Denzel, Kevin Hart. That's a fact. How about this real quick? Give me your top 5 stand-up comedians.
Ever?
No, this year, nigga. No, ever, nigga.
Ever? Definitely Dave Chappelle, man. I think Dave Chappelle.
You the GOAT?
Yeah, I think Dave Chappelle's probably the it thing. We'll see, because what's name's about to. Well, damn, we can't even do it.
Yeah, I think it's over. I think Eddie hung it up. Done.
All the old niggas about to come out of retirement.
Yeah.
Damn. So I'll go Dave. I'm biased. I gotta go Eddie. That's what I grew up on. I think Martin Lawrence had his real run. Fucking love Martin Lawrence. Man.
I think niggas be trying to disrespect You So Crazy and Run Tell that these days. It don't sit well with me.
He really did have a time where it was him. Comedy was him.
Hmm?
Did I say Pryor?
No.
Pryor got to be in there.
So Pryor 3, then Martin.
No, this isn't even.
Okay, cool. So that's 4 though.
After Dave Chappelle, there's no order.
All right, so that's 4.
And I mean, I grew up on Chris Rock. If I didn't name him.
Okay, cool. Recently, someone told me Kevin Hart was your number 3, and I actually wasn't mad at it, because I say all I say about Kevin Hart, but to me, he went 3 straight arguable classics. So I feel like that's rare, to say the least. Whatever. Them first 3 are hilarious to this day. Whatever. And I don't like how niggas try to act like that never happened. Like me,
No. And I mean, and even on that, like, I mean, Kevin Hart is just my favorite comedian. So like, he may not be on it, but he's my favorite comedian. Like,
I agree with you, because like I feel there's another thing about comedians that a lot of people don't really like pinpoint, where just how you can be funny in all spaces. Mm-hmm. So to me, Kevin Hart he's not that good of an, even though he's second best actor of all time, he's still also not that good of an actor. So that's why he do the same role in everything he do, and he don't pick good movies. So he got a lot against him with the film area. However, he's literally funny in anything he ever does. It could be an interview, a conversation, his radio show, stage, the Real Husbands of Hollywood joint he did. Like, he's funny in any interaction. So to me, that's really elite, just his sense of humor or whatever. His interviews, he's always just funny or whatever. So I definitely, I hold him in high regard. He's probably my top 5. Like, if there's no order, my mom, she's an Eddie Murphy stan. So she gonna probably cut me off for saying this, but
It's,
Chappelle, he's the GOAT at this point. He's got to give it to him. Like he got at least like 4 just classic stand-ups at this point. At least 4.
yeah.
So I would say Chappelle, then Eddie, then I go Kevin, and then I probably Cat Williams might be up there somewhere for me. Cat Williams, Cat might be somewhere. I might got him in my top 5 maybe.
Yeah, listen, I'm not going to rearrange anything right now, but Cat is different on all levels.
Facts.
On all levels.
Facts. He's funny and everything as well. So whatever. However, I have another hot take that I realized a couple months ago that, again, we just mentioned a bunch of GOATs and legends. However, I feel there's one person that had the hottest, like, Linsanity type moment of, I feel like his span of greatness is the funniest anybody has ever been. Chris Tucker. I feel with Friday, Money Talks, Dead Presidents, and the Rush Hours, no one has ever been funnier in any movies. Like,
yeah. Listen, I mean, you can't even. Friday is untouchable. That's arguably the funniest movie ever. You can't go 5 seconds without laughing.
And it's mostly because of him. Like, yeah.
Like this, man.
And same with Money Talk. He's really everything he say is just funny. Like, it's just nonstop laughter.
I can't disagree.
And of course, like, Eddie Murphy, to me, he just had the best picks of movies ever. To me, he just had so many just great movies. They just picked whatever, regardless they were hilarious or not, whatever. They was good movies. But to me, Chris Tucker, like, I can't. If I just do Money Talks Friday and then 2 Rush Hours, I'm not sure if I can say any other comedian.
The third one never happened.
However, I used to say that until I saw Bad Boys 3, and I was like, wow, Rush Hour 3 did happen. Like, after all, like, the bar is in hell. Like, this is.
Oh, damn.
Bad Boys 3 really hurt my feelings. I was ready to fight somebody.
I wasn't a huge fan, but it's not for us, I guess, at this point. They trying to get a new type of fan, I guess. I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. If they make a 4th one, I'm gonna go fuck Jada Pinkett. Plus, nigga got me fucked up.
The 4th one gonna be starring me and you. What's up?
Well, that's different. Then I'll see it. Then I'll do it.
Make the DVD with it. What's good?
Thinking I gotta fucking fuck up DC Young Fly too for doing that how high bullshit. You got like, straight to Netflix.
Check though. Listen, they cut the check, but I definitely turned that off after like 25 minutes.
The fact that you turned it on, like
no, because I wanted to. It was. I mean, you just can't live up to that. That's just what it is.
How high classic, yeah.
But it does deserve to get remade. I don't know when. I don't know by who. But it's one of like another age group and generation needs to see something like that. Really was.
My thing is with remakes is, well, how is probably like 02?
We can Google it.
Yeah, probably like maybe like 02, I believe. Like, yes, anything can be remade, but like my thing is also with movies these days, especially black movies, it's like, whoa, was it? You said it?
2001.
Okay. But my thing is like niggas really just can't write no more. Like writers are really just ass. So I feel that sets the tone for most shit. So it's like, 1, this shit isn't funny. 2, this is just structurally a bad movie. This is just not a good movie. This isn't quality anything, whatever. So it's like that. I feel that's the problem. Even when I think about, like, I feel like black cinema, like, because we got so much accessibility now, like in theory you would think, yo, we could have the 90s come back, because like we don't gotta be controlled by the Hollywood studios no more. We can get our own shit. We can sell to Netflix, Amazon, Hulu. We can put it on YouTube. We do whatever we want now. We should bring back the 90s when we was running shit, whatever, at least in our world. But it seems like the art of filmmaking has died in the black community. So like niggas can't even make good movies no more. Like niggas trying to tell me Fatal Affair is a good movie. I didn't have to see it to know this isn't a quality movie. I like this doesn't make sense. Why is this movie being made again? It's 10 of these already. So it's like I don't know what happened, but it's like brotherly love, the hate you give, fucking how high too. Like, what the fuck is like? It's just trash now. So I like the fact that DC Young Fly again. You get your bread, but it's like that's all. That all you was even offer? Like it's like that's all you. Lil Duval, I fuck with Lil Duval just as a person, like as a figure.
Yeah.
This nigga always brag about these trash ass movies he's in. Like you literally do all trash. Fucking Meet the Blacks and all that shit and Grow House. Nick Cannon, we should know he was a coon from Grow House. To be honest, like we should know he was fucked up when he did that movie. Well, you know that's horse. Yeah, don't do it, man. Don't be in no bullshit. I'm grinding you the fuck up.
If they cut in the check, if the check is nice enough, dog, you brag about it too.
I respect it.
Listen.
Actually, yeah, like, cause for real, long as you sin, it really don't matter what you did. Like, it's all right. I did some bullshit in the past, but you know, now I'm in rush hour, so I'm good. Like, you know, it's whatever. Like, but yeah, DC and Fly, he never gonna sin those cinematically, so that's like the problem. You're gonna be stuck with Housewives.
I mean, he might. He just may have to start it off himself. You know what I'm saying? A set of depending on somebody else to put on, you know, in a great role or something like that. You know, he may have to build it, or you know, who knows what might happen. I know he definitely deserves to be on the big screen. His voice, he's just hilarious. Like
he's funny for sure.
It is funny. So hopefully find a spot.
Also, I think Instagram has that's probably the answer too. Instagram has kind of like lowered the bar of expectation or lowered the bar of expectation, then raised it of entitlement. So I feel like even my man, he was telling me as we're like, you know, Chris Tucker, when he did Friday, he didn't know it would be this phenomenon of a movie or this and that. We already know nobody got paid for shit for Friday, but it's like the growing pains of being an actor. That's what you got to do to suppose that's what you have to do that, whatever shit of that. And then you're going to do this, then Money Talks, and then Fifth Element, and then Rush Hour, and you go on whatever. Yeah. But now it seems like niggas be wanting their bread up front, like you said, then I do whatever. Like if it's you know, I got my followers up, I did this, so I don't really care about the art of acting per se or what I need to do to really be in some quality movies. And also I feel you could probably blame Kevin Hart for that because he's the biggest actor, biggest comedian. You setting the tone, and you are just doing bullshit for anything, any reason, nigga. You ain't do one quality movie. Fucking in like.
You ain't like Jumanji, man.
I ain't gonna lie. The first one was decent. The first one was okay. It still was unnecessary, but it wasn't nowhere near as bad as I thought it would be. The second one was just like, why? I didn't see it, but I'm like, but why? Like, just why? The first one, I ain't gonna lie. This isn't horrible. I'm not mad at this. I still gotta see that Bryan Cranston movie. I heard that actually was good.
The Bryan what?
The Bryan Cranston, John. The Upside.
Oh, ooh. I ain't really fuck with that one.
Really? You didn't like it?
No. The thing is, like when I watch movies, I'm pretty sure I try to pick it apart. And if I can't pick it apart, it's a good movie then. Or, you know, whatever I picked apart wasn't that bad. But watching this, man, it was hilarious. I laughed from beginning to end, even though it wasn't, I think, meant to be.
Right. I mean, Bull was paralyzed, yeah.
It was Kevin Hart's role, man. He was kind of playing like a felon thug dude, and it was just like, dog, this shit is hilarious, bro. but listen, he did all right, man. Like it was all right. Yeah. I watched it again.
You wouldn't?
No, I would.
How about this? One got to go. Nutty Professor or Big Mama's House?
Big Mama gotta go.
Okay. Life versus Harlem Nights.
Life.
Oh, the disrespect.
No, life is crazy.
To go?
Oh no. I'm sorry. Harlem Nights. Gotta go.
Gotcha. All right, cool. Money Talks Blue Streak.
Money Talks gotta go.
Oh, you a Martin Stan. I respect it. Like,
Blue Streak is crazy.
48 Hours of Beverly Hills Cop.
48 Hours gotta go.
Okay. What's the other one? Trading Places or Coming to America. Nah, everybody's trading places.
Yeah, Trading Places gotta go. Even though that's a really great movie.
It is. It's underrated, low key, I feel. Then I had Boomerang. So Boomerang versus.
It don't even matter. No. I love Boomerang. So hold on. What's the other one?
It's one of those. I didn't have them, but I couldn't think of one. But Boomerang is one of those, though. Like Boomerang, also feel it's like a top 5 Netflix and chill movie. Like it don't miss. Like it's like the perfect movie to put on.
You say it's made for that. Like he doing it even in it.
Literally,
like that is a really great movie, and the soundtrack is phenomenal too. Like that is a great movie all around. That's one of my favorite movies ever.
You ever seen the other John? I think about that era, like soundtrack and shit like that. With Tommy Davidson, Strictly Business. With Halle Berry's in that one too.
Why do I feel like I just watched it the other day? I don't remember, but I've definitely seen it.
Okay, cool. How about this one? Booty Call versus More Money.
I just saw Booty Call the other day. More Money. Damn, I don't know. That's a little crazy. Booty Call, I go.
Okay. How about this? Another person I was having a conversation with my man, and we was realizing that Damon Wayans is underappreciated as a comedy GOAT. And personally, Martha and Kids is my favorite sitcom ever. That's just me. No hot take. But we started talking about his movies, and I forgot that Major Pains was one of the funniest movies I ever saw. Like, that movie is hilarious. Yeah, like
that whole family is severely underappreciated. Like we just talked about this the other day, man. My boy Brown, just like Marlon is a superstar, bro. Even though he is what he is, like as far as like he's doing these movies on his own dime, everything. He's always like he had me cracking up in the Ways Bros, bro. That's one of my favorite sitcoms. Like
it's a legendary though.
Like he always do his thing, and to hear that, like I just got put on this the other day. He was supposed to be Robin in one of the Batman movies and stuff like that.
I did hear that, yeah.
But it ended up not going through. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like who knows what that would have transpired into to have him in different roles and make people just look at him in a certain way. But I think he's phenomenal. The whole family. They got generational niggas that's just out here.
So people say that a lot, that they're underrated. But to me, people say it so much that I'm not sure if they're actually underrated.
So that's what I say. I feel like they're underappreciated, not underrated. You know what I'm saying? Like I watched White Chicks the other day, bro. A phenomenal movie.
Classic. Yes. I'll say this. I'll even roll with underrated or underappreciated because it might be something. I don't know if you saw that day on Twitter like a couple months ago. They was talking about Black Famous. Did you see that day? It was a really interesting thing. But they was naming all these people. They was like every black person knows them, but you as a white person, they probably don't know them. And it was really mind-boggling because when they said the names, I'm like, that's probably a fact. Like it was people like Clifton Powell. Like all niggas know Pinky and Clifton Powell. No white person know who that is. Like it's like they don't know. But he damn near a legend to niggas. Like
he is a legend. He's a legend.
Facts. Like all niggas know Wood Harris. Like we all know him. Probably no white person know who the fuck that is. Like then you show that, oh, he was on The Wire 30 years ago. It's like he did mad shit other than The Wire. Like he's like,
you don't think they know Wood Harris?
Hell no. Like, I feel another person. First of all, he a legendary nigga. But I feel he teetered. He finally passed it where I feel a white person would know him, but maybe because of House, Omar Epps. I feel like Omar did so many just like black things. Like niggas, white people never seen The Wood. Like never. Like white people never seen.
You think they seen Love and Basketball?
Maybe, like, but not enough that they know him though. They be like, oh yeah, like the black basketball movie, like, yeah, like, it ain't resonate though, like who he is.
They're gonna think he Mike Tomlin from the Steelers. That's
True facts. Yeah, that's real rap though. They didn't see Higher Learning. Hell no. Juice. No. So it's like, yeah. So it's an interesting thing. Anyway, I say to say of like, so back to Wayne's family. They might be underrated or underappreciated because what they are to us, white people probably don't even have in total perspective of what Keenan did down to what Marlon is currently doing. They probably don't even realize, like, oh, damn, Damon did this. Because Damon did a lot of shit for real. Like, in the 90s, up until Wife and Kids of his last run, he did a lot of shit. So even him himself, Keenan, and then the Wayans brothers, they basically started the whole scary movie type genre.
Mm-hmm.
So I can probably roll with it. It was like, white people probably be like, oh, yeah, like, or I say this, Keenan is probably underappreciated because I feel white people know the Wayans brothers because white chicks alone. They know who that is. And Scary Movie. White people seen Scary Movie. White people probably know who Damon is. White people definitely don't know who the fuck the big brother who started everything. Like, they don't know who the fuck that is.
You don't think so?
Hell no. Like, they don't know. Like, he even directed Scary Movie. I'm sure they don't know that. He probably directed White Chicks too. Like, so I don't think they know that. And I know
that way too. He probably wanted that way too. Keep it that.
Yeah. Same way I'm sure white people know who Robert Townsend is. Like, it's like that era of shit. Like, and I even saw a good YouTube clip recently, and it was shit I never realized. Where it's like Eddie Murphy and Spike Lee had like a beef for like a long time, and he's like, it kind of like set the tone of why Black Hollywood never really was like on the forefront. Like, it was always like this underlying underground. What I'm trying to say? Underground Railroad type shit of like all this shit is going on that we all know about, but only Eddie Murphy was really like on the mainstream stage of like just box office. They said, but if Eddie Murphy would have grouped together with Spike Lee, they said it's supposed to be Eddie Murphy, Keenan, Robert Townsend, and somebody else was going to be like some like big production studio, and it was going to take off and change the world, whatever. They never did it. And they said Spike Lee could have helped also, but they had this beef where like Spike Lee was trying to be super militant, and he thought Eddie Murphy was like on some like coon, borderline coon, Uncle Tom shit, and they had beef for a long time. But it made me think like, wow, like I never realized that I've never even seen them stand next to each other. Like, it's like they was really hot at the same time, but I never even kind of grouped them together. Yeah, like Spike Lee worked with every black person except Eddie Murphy, probably. Like, so it's kind of weird when you think about it. Do you feel you have an issue with apologizing?
I would say, yeah, in a sense. Not that I'm not going to apologize. I just always find I have to do it on my terms, most likely. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's good or if that's bad, but
meaning I'm not doing it.
I listen. I always get around to do it. You know what I'm saying? And I try, like, you know, even if it's 10 or 15 minutes go past. You know what I'm saying? Those 10 or 15 minutes, I gotta go collect myself, get myself together, go over the situation a billion times, you know, and then get to the point where it's like, all right, you know, whether right or wrong, you know, I gotta go apologize. I gotta go make this situation right because I know I was wrong in this situation. But yeah.
Do you think you would apologize for something you said on a mic?
Something I said on a mic. It depends what I said. You know what I'm saying? If it's if I maybe indirectly, you know, put somebody's business out on accident, you know, so you never know what may happen, or you know, you may, you know, speak about something and don't know that you really just affected the person that you just shook their hand. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh snap, you know what I'm saying? My bad. And now, but as far as like a public statement, I don't see it. But who knows, man? Who knows what kind of politics is involved? Because I definitely understand why certain people have to, you know, because they
have to.
I mean, you cannot not do it, right? But if you're operating as this corporation, and this is just what the corporations do, then you know what I'm saying? Like, Pepsi got to make a statement. Pepsi controls so much, like, yeah, we got to hear something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had to. You shouldn't have did it in the first place, but you have to, right? So
that's why I say Kevin Hart, to me, he has issues. Well, I say he has issues, but I will say when I was seeing him really hash out the whole Grammys, the Oscars thing and the alleged homophobia shit, it was the first time I was like, wow, I kind of get it now, but now I kind of don't get it, because one, to see, because he was really trying to weigh like, damn, I'm really irresponsible for all these people's lives. Like, forget like the political connects, but I have a whole company of staff. So if I go down, y'all lives changing. That's one. And then also what I do affects y'all, because the one girl was like, oh my God, I have a gay cousin. The cousin got mad. He's first of all, bitch, your cousin pay your bills? Fuck your cousin. But I know I get that. Like, damn, like I don't want to go down because I'm responsible for people I care about in a sense. But then I feel like fuck all that, because we got here because of me being me. So if we're gonna go down, why not go down me being me? Like, why? Like, we got here. Y'all are here because I was me. So why should I be bending my will to cater to y'all when y'all only here because of me? Like, it's like a weird dynamic to me. I'm like, wow, I get how that can be kind of weird, a fucked up, confusing dynamic. I feel like I would have to, if it was me, I feel like I would have to make that clear of like, y'all here because of me. Right. I'm not here because of y'all. So shut the fuck up. But yeah, so if I say he has issues, because it's like I was him, I'm just not going to apologize. Like, I know I'm not homophobic, so like, you're not about to try to make me think I'm homophobic, especially when I already apologized. So whatever. So it's like I just feel like, but I feel in his mind, if he like, damn, if this shit stops today, what I'm gonna do? And I just feel like if you already a legend, Kevin Hart, you a legend already, so you should have your bread. And fuck it, I'm done now. Like,
but is it worth certain relationships? Is your pride worth something? Because that's all it probably is in his situation. You know what I'm saying? That resurfaces, and now he's doing business with all of these people, but they all feel a way about it. And it's like, Dad, y'all know I'm not like that. And it's like, well, no, you ain't like it. Just say it. And it's like, it gets to a point where it's just like, dog, just say it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like
I look at it like, if I'm telling you to your face, like, and we never had a situation, I'm telling you, no, it wasn't like that. It was a joke. This whatever. You see me with my son. I love my son. Shit like that. And that ain't enough. Then we not meant to be cool. Like, that's like
he's not at the point yet where I feel like he's going to be where he's completely independent. He's building up his production company so he can start shooting the movies and right. Right now he's working with so many other.
You think Kevin Hart could be independent right now if he wanted to?
I mean, he can, but the way that he wants, I kind of understand what he wants to do as far as like, with the shows and stuff like that and getting it on the networks and building it up. And that's going to take time. Yeah, you could be completely independent right now, but I'm pretty sure he got his own timetable on when he wants to do it. But until then, he has to play in other people's game. It isn't beneficial for him to go and have a Dave Chappelle-like special. Even though, that's not who he is, but like Dave Chappelle, like he's not dependent on anybody. He's on tour right now.
Right, but once upon a time, I feel like Chappelle. That's also why he is super GOAT, because once upon a time when Chappelle walked away and all that shit, he was nowhere near as stable or set as Kevin Hart currently is, and he still was like, no, this is my. It's not, and then I feel like pride having a certain negative connotation to it. Like, no, it's about my pride also, but then like principles and morality of like shit that I'm not going to compromise for. And I feel like once you get kind of caught up in like political games and shit like that, you start compromising self. And that's why I just try to think about when, wise men will learn from the mistakes of others, in a sense where it's like, what is my integrity worth, my personal integrity, what I want to stand for. So it's like, and that's why I think about apologize, because like, I do feel a lot of people don't think before they speak. So I think Nick Cannon, he a nut ass nigga to me, because you chose to jump on a ledge that nobody asked you to do, and then you start tripping over it. So
that's the thing, man. Nick Cannon, my guy. I just feel like if he would have put those same words inside of a song, nobody would have heard it. Like, it would have. Like, that's the place to put that message, Nick.
Fact. Yeah, nobody would have cared either. Oh, okay, Nick had a song.
Crazy. It would. That song would have been hard too.
But so, like, I don't understand people that don't think before they speak. Like, when I heard Nick do what he did what he did, I'm like, okay, he must have thought this through and is prepared for the most likely outcome of what ended up happening. So for him to cave, I don't get that. Because, like, anything I always say, I know exactly who could be offended, who probably will be offended. And I'll be like, I don't give a fuck about either. Like, it's just cool. Like, I know when I'm joking, I know when I'm serious. And it is what it is. Like, and as I say, niggas better not let me get money first. Because I'm really not going to give a fuck then. Like, what do I give a fuck about? Like, who can you tell me? So it's just a weird thing to me. I see myself never apologize for anything because I don't have, like, I know me, I don't care enough about people to hate anybody like that. Like, I don't hate gays or Jews or whites or women. I don't hate nobody by a group. Like, I hate individuals for sure, but I don't hate no groups. Or like, you're not gonna make me believe like, oh, Q, you did this, you said this. That mean, oh, that's on you. Like, you have the right to not like me no more.
I completely agree with you, man. I just know, like, you know, God forbid I'm put in that situation. You know, I don't want to say I'm never not going to do it because we going to pull this up and be like, yo, that nigga said he would.
I thought this through. I am totally prepared for niggas to grind me up. Q, nigga, you said it. I said it. It's going to be out there forever. I said what I said. I would never. Mark these words. I would never, ever apologize. Die on the hill. I'm all about dying on the hill because if I said it, I fucking meant it.
No, yeah, I like I said, I agree with that too. You know, I look at a lot of people and be like, come, like, not even on some stuff like maybe you should. It's like, dog, like, we already know you apologized already. We know it. You get what I'm saying? It don't even have to be a tweet or a memo. We know. Just cool. And like I'm just waiting for somebody to boss something and be like, oh no, I'm good. Like yo, I said what I said, like I'm just good. And that really hasn't happened yet, but man, who knows? Like I said, it's different with certain people's around, certain people in your ear, and certain people just don't want to mess up, you know, different relationships. And that's why Dave, you know, even some of his relationships was messed up, I'm sure, because of that decision, because it's like, yo, well, dude, you know, I'm trying to change my life, bro. Like, we know you good, but come on. But he made a decision, and everybody still went on to be on who they was going to be. You know what I'm saying? But
I would say, like, niggas be claiming they be about, like, and I feel, especially, I care about when black people do it because I feel it'd be low-key, like, public lynchings for, like, extreme phrasing, but like it's always a black person having to really publicly display a sense of humility and bring themselves down. White people, whoever, do a bunch of wild shit all the time, mainly directly about black people, and they never got to go through the same hoops and circles that hoops and shit like that black people got to go through constantly whenever we offend somebody. We the most offended and oppressed people in this country. We the main ones apologize and shit like that. We always got to bring ourselves down. So it's like, fuck all that. So it's like, black people claim to be about, like, you know, liberation and equality, but the only way we really going, not the only way, but I feel a great way to really start to set certain precedents and statements is like, we ain't bowing down and shit. We know that, like, again, like, unless you, if you say it, just stand by. You don't have to, everything isn't for everybody, and everything isn't need to be said by everybody. So like I said, I will never go on that full ledge and Nick Cannon went on talking about, you know, the Caucasus Mountains, you know, white people scientifically. Like, I don't know shit about that. I've heard about it, but I'm not about to die on that hill. But like, so yeah, that shit is weird. Like, niggas need to get some backbones and really recognize, like, is being famous or popular that important to you? Like, I just know me personally, it's not to me. I already know what it is. So that's why it's not a big deal to me. Like, I don't need fame or connections or all that shit. Like, if I got my bread,
like, you know, it's a, like you said, like, it's a lifestyle that, you know, people, you know, want to uphold and everything. But I think a lot of that too is from not either having power or not realizing that they have the power. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it's everybody's connected to somebody. So if that offends the person that's cutting your check, now you're in a different situation. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Spike Lee, during that situation I told you about, Spike Lee, one of the debates that him and Eddie Murphy had, where he like, yo, you got to deal with, let's say, who was Universal, I think. And he's like, it don't be no black people on the staff. And he's like, I feel you, Eddie Murphy, you should throw your weight around and see if you can get certain shit. And Murphy like, I can't do that. I can't just go in there and tell them I'm Eddie Murphy. I need you to make these changes. And Spike Lee was like, you can, nigga. You most definitely can. You're the most popular actor in the world. Like you can do what you want. You choose to do that. So to your point of like when niggas don't know they got the power. So again, I saw it both ways. I'm like, you know, I never thought Eddie Murphy as a coon, whatever. Definitely a safe ass nigga, but I don't think that's a necessarily bad thing. But I thought that was an interesting moment of conversation of like when he really, when I was reading, I'm like, I believe he believed that. I can't make these changes. Who am I? Like you literally Eddie Murphy though. Like so.
I mean, like I said, like I know he probably was in there. Like when you actually in a situation, he didn't know. He didn't know how much ridiculous shit he probably can get away with. Right. He wanted everybody in there butt naked. I'm pretty sure. Right. Like, why, Eddie? Like, because I want to. It's like, all right, everybody. Like, I'm pretty sure. But he might not have, because when you in it, sometimes you don't even realize like what's happening.
Unless you're a white man. White men don't be having no leverage. I do the fuck I want, man. If everybody get naked in here right now, how dare you? Like this nigga Eddie Murphy, like I don't know what I can do. White nigga down the block, like tough. Boy.
Yeah.
I forgot this one question too. 1-on-1 versus Moesha. One gotta go.
Ooh, boy, that's a great one. Shit, because 1-on-1 was that work.
Facts.
Moesha was that work too. They had young niggas with baldies. They was the 90s was crazy. That's how the 90s was. It was young niggas like 14 with baldies.
Niggas really didn't know Jadakiss could grow hair for 20 years. Like.
With a really good hairline too.
The audacity of him. The audacity.
Right, motherfucker. Damn. Damn. Shit. 1-on-1 gotta go.
Okay, cool. I think I would go to reverse perspective.
That Moesha theme song. Come on, man.
For sure. But of course, Moesha on classic. But we got 1-on-1 one's fire too though. Like it was fire in its own right. Though.
Yeah.
That was a good joint. Proud Family, Moesha theme song.
Proud Family. Proud Family. Yeah, Proud Family. Moesha, it's just memorable. I like it.
What was I saying? Oh, okay, so back to the original thing when I said begin about being a good person. Do you feel like you are just genuinely a good person? I said if I was lying, but like, do you think? Do you think you're naturally a good person or a cool guy, and that's something maybe you think about in just your interactions with people, and you know some other people? So, this nigga really. I'll be thinking about that. Me personally, I feel like you genuinely just aren't a solid person. Like you just have certain ways that just make you go about your moves in a weird way, whatever. And not saying you will kill someone, you evil, but it's like I just can't focus your character, like the way you move, whatever. So, like, what do you think about that?
Me, I mean, I feel like I'm genuine. You know what I'm saying? That probably, I feel like we all are who we are. Genuine at our core is just whatever worked for us when we were younger. Maybe, being nice for me always got me, the things that I wanted, or, the things that, I could be around and stuff like that. So, yeah, so I feel like I'm genuine. For people that, you may be feeling like the energy off, it's because maybe they going through the transition on how to, become that. I don't know. So, yeah, I definitely feel like I'm genuine, man. I like being around people. I like, experiencing other people's, energy, so to speak. I don't necessarily even have to be the life of the party. Like I said, naturally, I'm like a quiet dude. Like a lot of times I feel like entertaining when I'm not being entertained. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, like I got live in this. Or sometimes I'm already on one, energy is up, and we just, having fun. But yeah, I generally like doing good things for people as well. Like that, it's selfish because it makes me feel good. But
most good acts come from a selfish part. Like, I want to give that person money, so I feel better.
I just you see that, but yeah.
I think about it a lot, especially because moving in the entertainment media space, whatever. You're constantly dealing with associates or strangers or whatever. And then especially with social media, it makes this weird connection of people like, I see you, I see your thoughts every day, or I see you every day because you posted a picture or whatever. But it's like, one, these people are still strangers. They're close strangers. But it's people really don't be knowing each other. But I feel like we exchange energy so much with people that, one, you probably don't even like, but y'all just still follow each other for whatever reason or whatever. Like a weird thing, social media, this weird world that social media has created, whatever. But when I took a step back and looked a lot of y'all niggas really just weird. Or just not solid. Like y'all just, a lot of people are just, and I don't think nothing wrong with being self-centered or selfish, because, I feel it's important to really put yourself first in certain things, or make sure you're good. And like, if you're trying to pour from an empty cup, type shit, whatever. Yeah. But when you are like so self-centered, so selfish, so about yourself, you can't really see outside that, and blinders type shit, to me, that's not how that's a one indication of you not really being a good person, because it's like, it's all about you. It always can come back to you, and you don't give a fuck about who else, whatever. It's a weird thing. All right, so the many times you've been on the show, have we ever did the speed round question at the end?
I don't think so.
Cool. All right, bet. Have you ever seen the movie 16 Blocks?
Yes.
Do you remember the riddle at the end about the bus stop?
No.
Cool, even better. So imagine you're at a bus stop and there's a car at the bus stop. Only 2 people can get in, including yourself if you choose to go. The city is about to blow up, but the car can get you to safety. Not the world, it's the city. You're at the bus stop along with the love of your life, your best friend who saved your life, and a little kid you don't know. Who gets in the car?
All right, so what kind of car is this? How come only 2 people can get in?
It's only 2 people, nigga. Nobody on the hood, nothing.
What are we doing with these other niggas? Why come we can't throw these niggas out the car? Like, what are we doing? Like, how come we can't overtake these niggas? All right, so hold on. Name them again. Let's narrow this down.
It's you, the love of your life, your best friend who saved your life, and a little kid you don't know.
Little kid. Definitely a little kid. Shit, I'll probably tell them work that out themselves. But man, I'll tell my girl go ahead, man, because I feel like me and the homie hold it down.
King, but he don't want to stay there with you. You trying to make it better.
That's the kind of friend I got though. Like those are the type of friends I got. Like if they my best friends, those the type of. But listen, we both gonna be shitting bricks and we gonna try to jump on the car, all that shit. But I feel like the right thing, the kid got a.
That's real honorable. That's a real honorable answer. I totally disagree, but that's a real honorable answer. Supposedly, they say the riddle. So the original riddle is not a kid; it's an old person. But I think that was dumb. Who the fuck about an old person that I don't know?
Yeah, because they was definitely getting in it. I mean, they was definitely staying.
Exactly. So they say you're supposed to stay there with the love of your life and die, and let your best friend and old lady go, or the kid. So this is interesting. If you had a superpower, what would it be?
Superpower, what would it be? Damn. I mean, I probably want to teleport.
Cool.
I probably want to master teleporting because I wouldn't want to teleport somewhere and end up dying for no reason because I teleported.
I need to practice like a whole year first. Like,
yeah, I need to do something because nigga teleport middle of the highway. It's all
right. If you found $10,000 right now, what would you do with it to the last dollar?
Shit, $10,000. Wow. I feel like I'm definitely investing into the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Not only into that, definitely buying a car, and definitely putting money to the side for to get my own apartment and stuff.
Cool. I don't know about you, but one thing, I don't know whether, because I actually don't believe that I need therapy. Like, I feel a lot of people legit need therapy because whatever you went through in your life, whatever. I think one day whenever I got money and I got time to spare, I might do it just because, whatever. Like, just because. But I don't feel it's a necessity for me now. However, I feel this one thing might be a therapy needing type thing or an issue of mine, so to speak. I have a thing about my brain where no matter how, at least at this point in my life, no matter how much older I get and how many things I do, responsibilities or whatever, I don't think of myself as an adult for some reason. I feel like, or I don't even be thinking. I'm like, when I think about like, yo, I'm past the age my mom had me. I still look at her like, yo, she has so much more grasp of life and direction. It's like I have like this thing of like, I still look up to her like, damn, I gotta be more grounded or more. I don't know. It's weird. I think about, we may think about money, like, you know, before. Like I realize now that everybody's really broke. Like it's like you know, like before I used to be like, no, it's people that's older than me. They got more money. Like they cool. Like they got kids and responsibilities. Like no, they really struggling. Like everybody's really broke. Like it's like most people you know don't have money. Like, but I feel like this weird thing of like, yeah, I don't know. So one thing with the $10,000, I know most people with 10,000, that should be like, whoo, like this is life changing, damn near temporary. Like,
listen, man, listen. No, that's what I do. I don't think that mindset crazy though, man. I think a lot of us still have that. More, I'm finding more people like that because I thought I was crazy for that.
Okay, interesting.
No, it's not. I just feel like that's why even how we look at time, like time go by super fast because we still think, you get what I'm saying? Where it's like, damn, I just was 20 yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We still, so.
Yeah. And you ever watch How I Met Your Mother?
No.
Cool. So you a coon. It's all right. No. So to me, it's one of the best comedies of all time. Hot take. But one of the reasons I really love the show is like they do a great job of like constantly talking about the past. Like the whole show is about like reflecting or memories and remember this happened, remember that time we did. Like, but it's like I feel that's how life is, not in a bad way where it's like, no, you're constantly like, oh, remember this time when we did this, but all those things ultimately lead up to this though. So it's like, and I also think about like, but what if this didn't happen? Yeah. We'll still be here. So it's like I definitely think about time as well, and just weird if I can look at it on a timeline of like, you know, keep things in perspective, whatever though. Favorite album, favorite movie.
Favorite album. Shit, that's a pretty tough one, man. I love Off the Wall by Michael Jackson.
Favorite song from it.
Favorite song. Damn, you just threw me one. I gotta look this up because I do not know the name of it.
All right, if you want, why are you thinking of the movies too? Whatever come to you first.
All right. That was tied with like State Prop Volume 2. I love that album. Yeah, I know. I'm a hood nigga at heart.
This nigga, boy.
And Jay-Z, The Blueprint's one of my favorite albums too.
I'm real.
And you said favorite movie. This is like a super tough one, but I would. Damn, because I have so many different movies I love the same. But
you do like a top 5 if it's a bunch.
It's special. Rush Hour 2 mean a lot to me. I love Rush Hour 2. Shit, what else?
Out the G's, nut ass Rush Hour nigga.
Huh?
And G's, he a Rush Hour stand as he watch it every night before he go to sleep. He a Rush Hour.
Listen. This was in 6th grade. 6th grade, I swear, dog. Every day from school, I used to come home, call my boy. He used to turn on his TV. I turned on mine, and we recited the movie, dog. And we'd go to school and use that shit like in school on the teachers. You can't tell me, dog. Like we was using that shit on teachers, dog. But that Beverly Hills Cop is special to me. Okay. The second one, I like the second one better.
That's my mom. I think the first one's my shit. My mom loved the second one more.
The first one was great. The second one though, like you could see the budget change. Like it was like ooh, like, and the storyline was like great too. Like it was a good one. And damn, you probably gonna disagree with me on this, but there's another like special one too. Man, I love Juice. Yeah, I love Juice.
Did you ever get your favorite song yet?
Nah, damn. I'm just talking to you.
I'm just curious. My man, he has one of the worst hot takes of all time, where he feels that.
I can't help it. Oh no! Oh shit! I'm so sorry. It's rock with you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that it is. It is that. Yeah. It's fine. Even I was blinking. That was on that album. Yeah, Rock was.
No.
My man said outside of Thriller, Dangerous is the best Michael Jackson album. I'm like, you know what? I've literally never heard that before, so we don't need to talk about this ever again.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one either. I gotta do my research.
So if you want a Lifetime Achievement Award, what would the speech be like? You know, we're gonna manifest it. You know, after all you do, all you set out to do, now you're able to get an award to celebrate all that. Would the speech be long, short, freestyle, written? You by yourself up there, a bunch of people, you crying, you bitching, you cocky. How you doing it?
I'll probably hold on. It depends probably at what journey in my career I'm getting this, but
okay.
Right. I'll probably cry.
Let's say at the end. Let's say you like 60, 70.
That means I'm probably already fully bossed up. I understand. I'm probably on some cocky shit. Like, nigga, I should have got this shit 10 years ago. So yeah, I'll probably just go up there, man, thank the fans. You know, shout out to the people that's there, to the people, you know, that probably, you know, saw me on this journey. I definitely thank my mom, and hopefully I got some kids, and that's it.
Cool. All the money in the world, all the knowledge.
All the what?
All the money in the world, or all the knowledge.
I mean, shit. I don't even think this is hard, bro. Give me all the bread. What, nigga? I can go buy books. What are you talking about? I can go get that knowledge.
I can buy a library. Like,
what do you mean? What do you mean?
Man, I think I'm gonna switch this question from now on. So let's say you get all the knowledge, but then everybody else is substantially dumber. Like, you taking the knowledge from everybody, or you take all the money, then everybody else is like really poor.
I'll still take the money. Money is easier to give back.
Well, yeah, you really can't give back knowledge.
The knowledge, it's school. Like, I don't know. Niggas gotta. My tweets gotta be perfect so niggas can get it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the bread on that. Spread it out that way.
Describe yourself in 3 words.
Sexy.
All right, rolling. I agree.
Oh, thank you, man. I'm out here trying to be a sex symbol. People hate me. Man, I'll say I am resilient, and say, man, I try to be thoughtful, man. Try to be thoughtful.
World peace or inner peace?
World peace.
Okay. If you wrote a book about your life, what would it be called?
Can't believe that shit just happened. That whole thing.
That's fire. If you had $1 billion, what would be the first luxurious thing you buy yourself?
Submarine.
What?
Submarine. Yo, nigga, I've been looking this shit up, dog. Listen, submarines not as much as you think they are. You can go get, like, niggas is out here trying to buy Bugattis, right? Bugattis is $1 million. You know, a submarine, dog, like 16-passenger submarine that go underwater, it's like $2-3 million, bro. That's really stunting.
That's a fact.
Pull up in a submarine that's ridiculous, dog.
Again,
so I was definitely in a submarine.
Again, I'm pussy, and I don't want to be that deep in the water at any time in life. So I respect that. Send me pictures, though. I would love to see what's there, but nah.
It's fire. But, I mean, you can still pull up on land, too. Like, I don't know.
I respect it. You a freaky ass nigga. I know you have a bunch of orgies in there, too.
Nah, we ain't coming like that. We record podcasts, we do comedy shows on it, nigga.
Okay, and church for the deacons.
Church, you know, definitely church.
I respect it. The number 1 place in the world you want to visit?
Damn. Paris is dope, man. It's just always been around.
Okay.
I'll go to Paris.
If you could witness any event from the past and any event from the future, what would it be?
Fucking witness, so I wasn't there. In the past. Damn. I would definitely want to be in a club in New Orleans when Back That Ass Up first came out. I definitely need to experience that. I need to see the energy that night. I need to see it. I need to see that because it's crazy now.
Yeah, that's different.
Damn, you said past and in the future?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see. I like to be there for like one of my children, like grandchildren, to be born or something like that. I like to see that. See where we at, man, in this family tree. What's going on?
Is there anything you can do today that you weren't able to do last year? And what's something you hope that you can't do today that you hope to do next year?
What wasn't I able to do last year, man? I didn't have a bed last year. That was crazy. So this year I definitely got a bed.
That's needed.
Nigga, my back feels so much better, nigga. And it's not a twin size. The nigga came up. What are you talking about?
Oh, my posture is like this. Like,
and next year I want to be able to, man, look my brother in the face, tell him, get all your kids, man, we gonna go somewhere, homie.
Fire.
Kids, get my nieces and my nephews, man. I made it seem like he had like $1 trillion, right?
All right. Gather all the baby moms, all the different kids. Clearly your brother's future. That's what I heard. That's definitely one of my I know if I'm able to do this, I'll be like, I feel like I've made it in a sense, whatever. I want to be Charlemagne. He always talks about that, where he goes to Antigua and flies all his loved ones down there. And I'm assuming the way he sounds, he paid for everything, just bring spending money, whatever. I'm like, that's super fire. I can fly like 10, 20 people, whoever I care about, annually to wherever we want to go and just have a good time, whatever. Celebrate. Who do you consider the most important person in your life, and how can you go about improving that relationship?
So what you say again?
Who do you consider the most important person in your life, and how can you go about improving that relationship?
Most important person in my life. Got a little lady friend, you understand?
Tough daddy.
Communication.
Cool.
I know I talk a lot on other places, but like I said, naturally, I'm a.
Got you. Asshole nigga, I respect it. If you could master, well, you already said that. And the last one, I get it. Would you rather discover something great and share it, or evil and prevent it?
Ask that one more time.
Would you rather discover something great and share it, or evil and prevent it?
Damn, this reminds me of like one of them movies where fucking the meteor. Damn, can I stop a meteor right now, or some shit usually don't work out though.
The mission never works out.
I'm gonna share the great shit. I'm gonna share the great shit. I'm gonna share it.
Cool. All right. Did you enjoy the conversation episode today, sir?
Listen, I enjoyed both parts of it, my guy.
Relax. You are exposing shit, nigga. The ops.
Listen, I enjoyed myself, man. It's always a pleasure talking to you, man. You ask really thoughtful questions, and also your questions are very intelligent. They have a complete plan to them. I hope, to never really get in a situation where I gotta come and talk to you. You're gonna tell the truth, but you're gonna word the questions in two. You You good, man. You
I
good.
try, man. I try. You know,
Good, man.
like I said, 4 years in, you know, I'm pretty decent. You know, we're pretty good. I mean, I'm not, you know, I can make an open layup. Yeah. So, you know, promo anything that you want, or you know, let people know where they can find you at, all the good stuff.
Nah, man. You know, just online. Sherlock Homeboy. Trying to find a venue to do some more comedy shows that are around here. Interested to see what's going to happen with that. Other than that, you know, just podcasting. I'm on Nina's House podcast, also the Devin Wade Show. Yeah, it's pretty much it, man. That's it.
Cool.
Sorry,
yeah, how you feel about that last before we go? Like, do you one, did that Chappelle last on, did that give you like a glimmer of hope? Oh yeah, that's something niggas haven't been doing, like some outside thing. He still made a way.
I put it as, I mean, it's still early to tell, you know, as far as how great or like how long lasting great is going to be. Mm-hmm. But it's its own moment.
For sure.
And just off of that, like that moment and looking at the circumstances and where we at, and like he really put it on a line. Like he did it and came out on top. You know, like it was people that was bloggers and stuff like that, like big blog sites, them doing reviews. I think it was Rotten Tomatoes gave him a 0 out of 99. But these are the forces that he's going up against. Mm-hmm. And once again, he stood tall, and it's like, damn, that's what he went up against and still prevailed at like the highest. It's like you got to look at that special right there a little bit differently than a lot of the specials, if not all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a challenge. Like that community really get people out of here.
Mm-hmm. To me, like when he did the Bird Revelation joint, I thought he already stepped into like a different field of goatness of comedy. I'm like, wow, like this is really just like a dissertation of just like thought, and like you can teach a class on this whole special or whatever. But then he did it even more concentrated level of it with Flash on 846, whatever it was. I'm like, he just literally is like just an orator at this point. Like niggas need to study his words or something like fucking Freud shit or something. Like he just that level of thinker at this point. So yeah,
you really do, man. Like I don't know if you know, but like he has 4-hour stand-ups like on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. I never watched it, but I've heard he does that.
Yeah. So like yes, because he's a talker, and like you know, he works out his material like that, where you know he'll go on stage, and even during that 4 hours, he said he was there before, and he was on stage for 8 hours last time. Like just talking, that's it, and having conversation, and he's working his way, and you see like his words do need to be studied, man. It really do, and the arrangement of how he even puts them together, looping back around, is man, it's special.
Yeah, facts, and that's the last thing I say about him as well. Where it's like I feel that's one thing I always, even like specials that I love or like whatever. Usually, the thing I don't like is they don't end on the right note. It's like they'll say something like, "Good night, y'all. Appreciate your coming." It's like, oh, it's over already. Or like that was like a great punch at the end, like kind of like left more to be desired. I feel Chappelle, he literally ends every time. I'm just like, wow. Like that was like he wrapped all this shit up perfectly every time too. Like it's like this is like.
And listen, he's so nice. He gives you clip of him talking afterwards. I know you wanted more here.
Facts. He's different, but yeah. So as always, I respect you, man. I appreciate you. Good time. And if you listen this far, if you think this conversation was super ass or boring or trash or I'm not super problematic and whatever, find out more. You know, you can search and subscribe on anywhere you listen to shit. RightonQuelive, one word, not the letter, QUE, Right on Q Live. And I'm also, you know, he mentioned I did a pretty cool thing. You know, it's pretty decent. We did a compilation album featuring a bunch of emerging talent around the city and the area called We Are Live. So again, that's RightonQuelive. Album called We Are Live. Again, search that anywhere you listen to shit, streaming wise. Yeah. Subscribe, spread it, send it to your sexy auntie preferably. Yeah, but tell anybody about the shit, whatever. Check out his shit. And RightonQuelive talk about it. We out.